project, we're going to need sticky tack, a permanent marker, some dry erase markers, a poster board cut into donuts, and the chart from class activity 4N.
Hello students, today we're going to be learning about multiplication, but before we dive in, let's have a quick review. First we'll look at the problem 2 times 5. This means there's 2 groups with 5 in each group, and this is how we would represent that. So we have 2 groups with 5 dots in each one, and that equals 10. The commutative property can be used to change the problem to 5 times 2. This means that there's 5 groups with 2 in each group. And we still get the same answer of 10. Next, we will be explaining our donut game. This is useful because repetition is a lot better than simply memorizing our facts. Here, for the game, we'll put our number in the middle, and we'll be using the green donut with the numbers to see what we'll be multiplying by. So 1 times 0 is 0, 1 times 1 is 1, 1 times 2 is 2, 1 times 3 is 3. The commutative property. The definition is changing the order of the numbers, but it does not change the ultimate answer. For our example, we have 4 times 6, and we flip it around to make it 6 times 4, and notice both times we still get the answer of 24. Next, we'll describe the associative property. The definition is changing the grouping, but again, it still does not change the answer. We have the same original multiplication problem of 4 times 6. We'll break the 4 into 2 times 2 and put that in parentheses, and we'll bring down the times 6. Next, we'll move these parentheses over here, so we end up with 2 times 2 times 6. We do what's in parentheses first, so we do the 2 times 6 and we get the 12, and again we bring down the 2. Next, we do 2 times 12 equals 24, which is still our same answer. So we'll discuss the distributive property. Again, we have our definition. It's multiplying a sum by multiplying each addend separately, and then we get the same answer. And here we'll be using parentheses and grouping. Again, we have our same 4 times 6. We'll break the 4 into 2 plus 2. Then we're going to distribute the 2 into the 6, so we'll do 2 times 6 and 2 times 6. In our next line, we'll use our parentheses to have our 2 times 6 plus our 2 times our other 6. We do what's in parentheses first, so 6 times 2 equals 12. 6 times 2 equals 12. Then we're going to add this, and we still get the same answer of 24. So now we're going to start playing our game, and we wrote this equation to help us explain our game. For A, that's going to be the number inside our donut. B is going to be these numbers on our green donut, and C are going to be the answers that go outside of our donut. Okay girls, for our first round, letter A is going to be number 2. So go ahead and write that in the middle of our donuts. You guys ready? Set, go. Let's notice here when we're multiplying by 2, our outside numbers, the pattern is plus 2 for each one. So you just count 2, 4, 6, 8, and on. Okay, Bailey, since you finished first, you get our bonus round. We're going to do 2 times 1, and I'm going to need you to show me that with the commutative property. Good work. Notice here that we started off with our original problem, 2 times 1 equals 2. We flip the numbers around and get 1 times 2, and our answer is still the same. For round 2, letter A is going to be number 3. Go ahead and write that in your donuts. And go. Like the 2's table, the 3's table is similar. The pattern around the outside is again counting by 3's. Have you won that round? So now you get the bonus round with the associative property. We're going to do 3 times 2. Let's look at the associative property. We're going to take this 3 and break it up into 3 times 1. Then we're going to take this 2 and we're going to bring it over here. Next, we're going to take our same equation and we're going to transfer it over here and we're going to move our parentheses and we get our answer of 6. For this round, we're going to put 4 in the middle. Ready, go. Good job. Go ahead and give yourself a point. Now we're going to be working with the distributive property. The equation is 4 times 3. Kathy's work for the distributive property. Here we take the 4 and break it into 2 plus 2 and we carry over our 3. Next, we distribute this 3 to both 2's. So we get 2 times 3 plus 2 times 3. 2 times 3 equals 6 and 2 times 3 equals 6. We're going to bring up this addition sign. And 6 plus 6 equals our answer of 12. For this round, we'll use 5. Go. The next equation is 5 times 4, and we'll be using the commutative property.
5 times 4 equals 20, and using the commutative property means that we can just switch it to 4 times 5, and we will still get the same answer of 20.
Good work. Go ahead and give yourself 2 points. Girls, this time we're going to use 6. Ready, go. For that round, and we will be using the associative property, and your equation is 6 times 5.
So I'm going to take 6 times 5, turn it into 2 times 3 times 5, and then we can move the parentheses, so it'll be 2 times, and then in parentheses 3 times 5. This equals 15.
So 2 times 15 is 30.
Good work, Bailey. Go ahead and give yourself one more point. Okay, girls, now we're going to use number 7. Ready, go. For that round. Now we're going to be working with the distributive property. Your equation is 7 times 6.
Okay, so I do 7 times 6 equals, what I do is I split 6 into 3 plus 3. So I do 7 times 3 plus 3. I then distribute. And then I have my second set of equation, which is 7 times 3 plus 7 times 3. 7 times 3 is 21 plus 7 times 3 is 21, which equals 42. So 7 times 6 equals 42.
Now we're going to be working with the number 8. Ready, go. First, your answers are a little bit incorrect. 8 times 4 is a little bit tricky, so using our table, we see that 4 times 8 is the same thing. So we could use the commutative property and flip this and do 4 times 8 equals 32. And we had a little bit of trouble with these two numbers as well. And we can use the same rule with our table. All your answers correct. Go ahead and give yourself another point. Now for our bonus round, we'll be using the commutative property, and our equation is 8 times 7.
So I have 8 times 7, and since I have to do commutative property, I switch the numbers, which equals 7 times 8. And 7 times 8 equals 56. So 8 times 7 equals 56.
Okay, girls, for this round, we're going to be using 9s. Ready, go. Here we have 9 times 7, and this is actually incorrect, but using our chart, we can do 7 times 9, and it'll equal 63. And we use the commutative property to flip the numbers. Even though you finished second, all your answers are correct, so go ahead and give yourself one more point. And for our bonus round, we're going to be using the associative property, and our equation is 9 times 8.
So I have 9 times 8. Since we're using the associative property, I'm going to split 8 into 2 times 4. 9 times. I I then use the associative property and change the parentheses into 9 times 4. Nine times 4 is 36. And then I multiply it by 2, which equals 72. So 36 times 2 equals 72. That means 9 times 8 equals 72.
For our final bonus round, we'll be using the number 10. Ready? Ready? Go. Look at our table from our math book. The values in orange are the same ones as the values in white. They just use the commutative property to flip them around. So if you memorize these ones, you'll know these ones as well. These ones in the tan color, they take a little bit more practice, so work a little bit extra on those ones. It's important to remember that even though this is a fun game, it's good to keep practicing so it becomes just second nature to you and you can do it as easily as our girls did.
For methods of multiplication in other countries, we found how Spain uses one of their algorithm methods. What they do is they use a square, as you see here. They try to multiply 537 times 24. So what they do is they have 6 squares in the big square. We put 5, 3, and 7 on the top here, and 2 and 4 on the side. Each square is divided by 2, as you can see here. So what they do first is multiply 5 times 2. So 5 times 2 is 10. So they put one digit here and the other digit here. Then they multiply 3 times 2, which is 6. They put 0 here because it's in the tens place and 6 here because it's in the ones place. And then they multiply 7 times 2, which is 14. They put 1 here and 4 here. Then we go to the next number. We do 5 times 4 is 20. So they put a 2 here and a 0 here. 3 times 4 is 12. So they put a 1 here and a 2 here. And 7 times 4 is 28. Next, what they do is add up the numbers that are in a diagonal. So they first do 8, which 8 plus 0 is 8. Then they do 4 plus 2 equals 8. Next is 1 plus 6 plus 1 plus 0, which equals 8. 0 plus 0 plus 2, which equals 2. And 1, which equals 1. From there, they get an answer that is 12,888. 537 times 24 equals 12,888.
So we found that multiplying in China, they use kind of a line diagram. So we're going to take 22 times 22. So they start with 2 diagonal lines this way to represent this 2. And then you leave a little space and do 2 more to represent this 2. Then you do diagonal lines the opposite way to represent this 2 and this 2. Then you always put lines marking off your far right corner and your far left corner. Your top and your bottom corners always stay together. Then you count the dots where the lines intersect. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we get that 22 times 22 is equal to 484. If you were going to use this method to do a single-digit multiplication problem, like 2 times 3, you don't leave spaces between your lines. So you would have 2 that goes this direction, 3 that goes this direction. And then you would count the intersections, and you get a total of 6. When I was taught multiplication, we just memorized our multiplication table, and at the end, if you memorized them all, we got ice cream.
The way I learned was through the donut game, and it taught us that memorization wasn't so important, and we worked on it through repetition, and it was more interactive, so I felt our way was a little bit better for us because it helped us not only memorize, but gave us a chance to practice it.
Hi, I'm Samantha.
I'm Bailey. I'm Catherine.
And I'm Carrie.
Oompa, loompa, doompa-dee-doo. If you are wise, we'll teach some multiplication to you. Next we'll begin with the next one is called the associative. Okay, we're gonna take a closer look at our table. The values in orange. Sorry, no.